Welcome back. You got Will and Iron Man here from the Block Runner, and today we're going to be talking about this guy.
A couple of new things, or I guess, have changed today.
Yeah.
We've added in a new hard asset into the
That's right.
portfolio. We got good old classic Bitcoin.
Bitcoin has been degraded. Pokemon is the new upgraded asset class.
It's real money.
Yeah.
It's been decreed, right? First we had meme coins for, Doge. If you could see that.
That's right.
It's a Doge coin. You can't see that. Whatever. It's Dogecoin, trust me. That's what they look like. But yeah, we're in a new paradigm, apparently, guys. Like these digital things, these digitally native things, like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, meme coins, NFTs, they're no longer what's hot.
No.
What's hot is this stuff. Real world things.
To the tune of $1 billion in volume. That's how hot this is.
Right. That's what piqued our attention, right?
Yeah.
It's hard not to when you see something in the crypto industry touting $1 billion in anything.
Yeah.
You definitely have to take notice and, peer under the skirt a bit. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah. So who are we to talk about Pokemon cards? We opened this like 20.
You opened that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 25 years ago or something like that.
So how old were you? Do you remember? Probably like 12-ish, 13-ish.
Something like that. Maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah. Cause I was like eight or 9 whenever I was getting into, the ripping phenomenon back in the 90s, the late 90s.
Correct.
Yeah, mine are gone. Somehow you diamond handed for almost 30 fucking years, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. Congrats. You made it, dude.
It's easy to hold. It's easy to hold. We just, when we opened it, we knew it was like kind of cool.
Yeah.
And like we would play with these cards, but we would play with like this plastic thing on it.
You would?
We would actually play the game, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not me, dude. I was just flipping and dealing out there, dude. Like out in the streets. Dude, I invented gacha before gacha was a thing. I was the kid who was like, I would rip my own packs. Of course, I'd keep the good ones, the desirable ones.
Right.
And then I'd repackage them, like wrap them in foil, put like a question mark on the foil package, and I would sell them on the street. Like it's doing neighborhood kids. $2.
Straight scammer, dude.
Well, what do you think's going on in the gacha world, right?
You would grab real foil and wrap it up.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole new thing now. It's a whole new pack, guys, and people were buying them like candy because it was such a craze.
Yeah.
But fast forward to 30 years in the future, there's a whole industry
doing exactly that.
Doing exactly that, but digitally. So that's what we're going to talk about.
All right, so let's take a look here. So we're looking at this article from Collector Crypt. It says Collector Crypt surpasses 1 billion in volume.
Mm-hmm.
So in 18 months, 1 billion, December 2024, officially launched our gacha platform with a simple idea: physical collectibles could work better on chain. And then here's a chart from 2025 all the way till last month.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good-looking chart. I started looking at all this data, and it's like, man, this is giving me pumped-up fun vibes. Whenever we were seeing these reports, we were deep in the trenches of the ordinals ecosystem while we were seeing these signals relay in our direction, and we misinterpreted, I guess, the signal of it. We're like, yeah, this is just noise. People are just bored over there on Solana. This is nothing.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
And then a year later, it was the thing.
Yep.
All of crypto molded itself around what was happening there, right?
Even Donald Trump launched a meme.
He sure did. Even his wife did.
And that was the top. That was the top.
That was literally the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a massive thing, right? And so you don't want to repeat that mistake, do you? It's like, here's another signal. You should probably pay attention to that because this is a reoccurring theme.
So basically when Trump is like unwrapping these packets, that's the top, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's like, what is the new molding around this? It's like custom pack designs for a Pokemon redistribution.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's the Donald Trump pack, right? Which is just stuffed with like, different
Digletts.
Different Digletts. That's the Pokemon that represents him.
Well, yeah.
There's got to be like a money Pokemon somewhere. Isn't that cat Meowth? Was it
Meowth?
Meowth?
Yeah,
that's a good one actually.
He was all about money, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Meowth. Yeah.
He had the gold little coin on his head.
That's the Trump family. If there was a Pokemon,
yeah,
it was like a Meowth themed pack, right? Just different grails and slabs, and it's got Trump wrapper on it. Now, if he does something and he drops it, and people buy it, speculate on the value of the pack. If that happens,
everything is for sale.
Sell everything, dude. Burn quickly.
Yeah.
List this on eBay or whatever, dude. So we're not there yet.
Yeah, not yet. So let's take a look here. As we close the month in May, let's take a look at Collector Crypt. In April, $85 million in revenue, $5.4 million in profit.
This is just 1 month, right? Yeah, in the month of April. Okay, and it got bigger the next month.
Yeah, so April, $85 million, total $103 million in May. And then takeaways revenue increased by 21%. May, however, profits recorded 3.38%. And all metrics are trending in the right direction despite profits staying relatively flat. And so here's some metrics. All the links will be in the description.
Yeah, so hence, again, this is the signals we're seeing. So it's like, all right, I get it. Pokemon's a big deal, right? People love it. There's like a market festering happening on Earth. Literally, there's like Pokemon trading card conventions like all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where it starts to resonate and make sense. It's like, yeah, it is kind of cumbersome to kind of like move these things around in the physical sense, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of been my reluctancy to really go deep into Pokemon. It's like, I don't want to
talk to humans.
No, I mean, I don't want to deal with eBay really and like shipping and all this stuff, right? It seems like a pain in the ass. So it makes the sense once you start to understand. If you just digitize all this stuff, which is what these people do, it's like now you've got frictionless again. Yeah. Frictionless trading activity, just like these. That's what these do. Yeah, so basically you vault this up and you create a digital version of it and then allow people to trade it virtually. And it's imbued with all the beautiful properties of this thing. Yeah. Right? And this is just some unit on some ledger that's, secured somewhere. Yeah. Therefore, it's free and it has access to 24/7 global, For some reason, I got a flashback of when we started the podcast. I think we had talked about doing that, like vaulting these things up. Yes, we had this idea and concept as like a obvious use case for NFTs. Yeah. Yeah, we were like, we should just, hire Brinks just to like, hold all these things. Just hold these, protect them with guns, insure them, and just launch tokens, NFTs. And that's exactly what Collector Crypt is doing. Yeah. So kudos to them for executing on a pretty good idea. Yeah, Hyperliquid's secret success was as simple as it was a genius idea. Nail the product, attract liquidity in users, then let builders build on top of that. Product becomes platform. The exact same thing is happening with Collector Crypt right now with projects like these guys, Comic Books, Magic Eden, others building on top of their infrastructure and inventory, horizontally expanding both the distribution and revenue. What they're cooking in-house on that front will take all of this to a whole new level. If you know, you know. Yeah, so what they're referring to are these gotcha styles, like the one on the bottom right. It's literally a claw machine, right? But in order for this claw machine to work, it needs to plug into the rails of Collector Crypt, which is it's essentially the service, the protocol, the platform, whatever, that's doing all the hard logistical work, which is vaulting the hard asset, ensuring them, making sure, the digital version is backed by something authentic. Yeah, not only that, they also deliver the cards physically to your house if you claim it. Exactly, yeah. So you can create these new derivatives, spin-offs, like another front-end experience where it's a claw machine. I insert some crypto. Yeah. I get, to manipulate an actual claw, and it goes down, and boom, I receive something of randomization, I assume, right? So it's kind of like gambling. Actually, it's gambling. Exactly gambling. It's exactly like gambling. But as we know, that's another hot, festering topic of activity in the market right now, right? Yeah, so cards is a real token. Let's take a look at the daily chart here. And, that looks pretty attractive. Yeah, what do you call that? A cup and handle form? Tub and handle. Tub and handle? That's a deep tub, dude. Yeah. I could relax in that. I mean, this kind of looks like the NAT token, except the NAT token's way up here. Yeah, the NAT already choded beyond beyond the tub zone, So, yeah, I mean, these are attractive charts for sure. And it shows, what's the word? Like interest. Not just interest. They've been around for some time. Longevity, right? Yeah. Yeah, longevity and sustainability. Lindy effect, right? Yeah. If you can remain relevant over time, that's usually a bullish sign, right? Yeah, so fully diluted market cap is 381 versus the market cap at 49. That's pretty rough. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely dig deeper into the tokenomics, right? Like, where's the rest? Who's going to receive the remaining 80% or whatever?
Right.
Yeah, could be a red flag.
All right, so trading cards, RWA is heating up again, and Ready Cards is the one name in the sector that still hasn't repriced. Ready trades around 16 million, and it's already fully circulating. All 1 billion tokens are out, so the market cap and the FTV are the same. So this is the exact opposite of cards, where everything's in circulation.
Yeah, I guess if you have an issue with, a token that's not fully unlocked, here's your beta play, I guess. Here's another one, essentially doing something similar within the same realm, with all the tokens already circulating. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's all this thesis is outlining.
Yeah,
but it kind of just paints the picture that there's like a derivative spin-off, ecosystem effect or network effect, if you will, kind of like festering.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. So here's a platform ready. Digital drops, real pulls.
So here's what it looks like, dude. I mean, these are expensive. Look at that. $1,000. Diamond Elite. So can you click on that and see what's in it?
I cannot. I don't have $2,500.
Still, I would think for those who are, intending to spend that kind of money, they would like to know like what their pull rates are. What's the chances of me pulling, I don't know, something of higher value?
Yeah, look at this presentation here.
Looks good. So this is it. This is what a graded Pokemon looks like. So this one here on display isn't that.
Yeah.
Right? This is an ungraded Pokemon card.
Raw.
Basically useless.
Yeah, it doesn't exist in the circulation, correct?
Right. This is analog Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So you need to literally ship this thing to PSA or Beckett or some grading service.
Wait like 3 months.
Yeah, wait till a retirement. And they'll send you one of those back with a number on it.
Yeah,
and so that's what determines the market value, basically.
Yeah, so this one has a grade 8, and so there's some imperfections here.
Yeah,
maybe a scratch or two, but that's what he got. $90 for this.
Cool. So that's what you receive if you open one of these packs. Maybe you'll get one of higher value.
PSA 10 Pikachu.
Very cool.
So $133.
Yeah. So I mean, is this not bringing flashbacks to like the NFT days?
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't Beeple do a infected Pikachu that you purchased and sold?
Yeah, he sure did. It was had like a screen display and everything.
Yeah,
but I
paper handed
the hell out of that one, unfortunately.
All right, Fidgetals. I think a lot of you have already heard of this. A 60K Pokemon card just backed a 30K on-chain loan.
Okay, now things are getting weird already.
Yeah, the first major loan on Jupe is live, collateralized by a 1999 base set Shadowless Mewtwo PSA 10.
Yeah, so same thing. This isn't Collector Crypt. This is another one.
Damn, Shadowless. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing to take notice here is people are actually getting loans. This is what we mean.
Yeah.
It's not just Bitcoin anymore. That's hard money.
Correct.
It's these things.
Yeah, so that means 7% APY, 30-day term.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's how the offer book works. It's like you can do 30, 60, or 90 terms, and it's a static APY fee. So I don't think you just got to maintain, what you owe, and you don't lose the collateral.
Right.
Now, if you don't pay by the end of your term, they keep your card. Right.
Yeah.
It's just like everything else. So I don't know whether or not, this is what I mean. It's another signal. Jupiter's a big player.
Sure.
Like a huge infra provider in the Solana space. So they're kind of molding themselves to what they're witnessing.
But I think what you're alluding to is like the bubble of this. But the function, the mechanics here, like it makes sense to vault these things up, digitize them, and like there's always going to be a market for this, even though the market will crash and then come back eventually.
Yeah, it's just I don't know if bubble of just how fancy can we get now, because it's like by digitizing these things you're adding liquidity into the market basically.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now that we have new liquidity, like literally people who own Pokemon, which is a multi-billion-dollar asset class out there, but now if we bring it all in here, it's like, now how do we expand on that? How do we activate this new liquidity into like different verticals? That's what crypto is really good at.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true.
So the experimentation is already commencing around that.
Yeah, and people like big players are adjusting and adapting to this. All right, so we got so Fidgetals. This is the platform. Yeah, so pretty cool display here. Kind of the packs opening up and
yeah. So it's not just Pokemon. Look, sports cards,
football, basketball.
You got One Piece over there, which is another.
One Piece, yeah.
So obviously, you know, it's not just Pokemon that's collectible, right? People collect all kinds of stuff. You know, trading cards. People collect sneakers. People collect jewelry. People collect fine art.
Yeah, that's my card right there, dude.
No, that's the first edition.
Oh,
dude. Don't glaze yourself that hard, dude. You're not that cool, dude. Yeah, I don't know what happened where you missed. I mean, you missed it by one generation.
I think I sure did. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like did you watch the cartoon?
We watched the cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the cartoon that really like brought us all in.
Yeah, I think by the time we were watching the cartoon though, like the first generation kind of like was already
right. That's what I mean. It's like the first gen probably dispersed, and then like the cartoon was already playing in Japan. Then it hit like over here.
Exactly.
And by then, it's like, all right, let's just reprint the same shit.
Run it again. Just add some shadows.
Yeah,
they won't notice.
That's right.
Same thing.
And they made a fortune.
They did,
and they're still making infinite buku bucks, dude. It's pretty insane.
All right. What do we got here? So this is Courtyard.
So this is the one, and I remember that started it all. Like we talked about Courtyard several years ago. They built on Polygon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're still around. so it's interesting to see. You know, there's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a big market to service here, obviously.
So I'm noticing we haven't really gotten that fancy yet. I think we're going to show the more fancy approaches to this card stuff, right?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. What's the fancy stuff?
Just like the launching the coins and stuff.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy.
Very few people understand what's happening with Grail Co. Real collectibles, graded cards, Pokemon cards, turned into liquid on-chain tokens on base. You can trade 24/7 or redeem the actual physical item. Popular ones pumping hard is G Speed, the clear alpha runner, Bookmark 1K calls. We got Gwemby, NBA Finals matchup season.
Yeah, then, so Victor Wembanyama. Then you got Ronaldo.
Yeah. But the real money is that the ones are sleeping. So we got Yamal and Brady. And lower cap gems with tiny supply and massive narrative upside. So we are the market cornered supply, real backing. Next big RWA is the Grail. All right, so let's take a look at the platform here. Grail with NBA Finals. And we got Wemby. And who's this? Brunson. All right.
That's him in a Mavs jersey, right? Yeah, I guess, he used to be on the Mavs.
Yeah, Jalen.
Interesting. So yeah, so what's different here is you're not buying packs on this platform or cards or gacha systems where you're spending money in hopes of getting lucky to getting something that was more than you put in.
Right.
Here, this company or this platform is actually acquiring these hard assets themselves, vaulting them, and then issuing tokens around them, right?
Yeah, so for example, this is G Speed. This is iShow Speed, right?
Yeah. Well, he's an athlete, but not a professional one. But social media influencer, right?
Yeah, so man, this is only a few days old.
Yeah. I mean, this is brand new market stuff, It's getting squirrely out there.
Yeah, so it went as high as 2.6 million. Right now it's trading at 600,000. So this is like a token that has fractional ownership?
I guess that's the implication. I don't know if ownership's the right word, but at least fractional association. I don't think if you can't just like, all right, here are my tokens, now give me the card that you have locked up. You're like, no, sir.
Yeah.
That's not how this works. If we keep the card, you get the token.
Right.
And the market gets to speculate. And that's about it, right?
Yeah, so all Grail tokens are backed by physical collectibles. Submit a card or jersey details and ship to our insured vault. We securely store the collectibles. Tokens are minted and added to your wallet.
Yeah, so the thesis here, it's like, okay, we just ran a whole cycle of basically vapor tokens backed only by meme vibes.
Yeah.
I guess. Meme coins backed by meme vibes. So why not, back some new class of coins by something of actual tangible value, which is whatever's vaulted up. That's it. And these new coins represent some new type of vibe, right? I vibe with Michael Jordan.
Sure.
Especially the rookie cards. And this vault here has some percentage of the population. So therefore, I don't know, I identify value in this token, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting move. If you're holding one of these, which are extremely valuable,
yeah, they are.
You're going to send it to these guys, and they're going to give you tokens in exchange.
Oh, is that how that works? That's what they said?
Yeah, it says submit a card or jersey details and ship to our insured vault.
Yeah, but do you get like tokens?
And then we securely store the collectibles, and then tokens are minted and added to your wallet.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if can you redeem them back at any time? It's like, you know what? I don't want them in your vault anymore. And then like the vault pop goes down. What happens to the token? You know? Oops. Yeah, we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
New stuff.
All right. So here's offer book. It says borrow or lend USDC against 4,000 tokens.
Yeah. So this is the Jupiter thing. This is you go through their interface, and literally you could just search through any collateral up there. Just drop down menu.
Collectibles
in the middle. Where it says any collateral, go down. Right.
Ask for loan.
Right
any
there.
collateral.
Yeah. Now just look for collectibles. There's a tab right there next to token.
Okay.
And boom, this is it. This is your Collector Crypt and Fidgetals like plugin.
I see. Right? So this is PFPs?
Yeah, so I guess they also serviced.
And trading cards.
That was last cycle.
Yeah.
Get loans off of your NFTs. Yeah, so the takeaway here seems like there's, new cycle juice forming around physical stuff.
Sure.
Right? Physical collectibles.
Yeah, because they have a floor, right?
I guess, yeah.
So here's Soju writing an article. A new sun has risen on Solana. So Solana's core proposition is being the unique place to trade everything. Many teams are racing to bring RWAs to Solana. But stocks and treasuries are only a fraction of what crypto can trade. So they're announcing a partnership with Sunrise, and they're talking about unleashing dynamic assets.
All right. So this is a little bit more closer to what you said, fractional ownership, because I think that what they're buying is like actual packs,
right?
Which are also hugely in demand. Like if you try and get them out there, it's almost impossible because they get scalped.
Correct.
So it's like, all right, we're gonna get a bunch of packs, raise some money through bonding curves because it's Meteora. They're good at this stuff.
Yeah.
Launch a token, which exists. Look at the deck screener tab. It's a live token that went through a bonding curve graduation, and through that, a bunch of liquidity was bootstrapped to buy and secure a vault of cards.
Yeah, also a few days old. So it went as high as 3 million, now sitting at 856,000.
Yeah, so I guess here it's like you can actually redeem the packs, I think, with the token itself.
Right,
so,
right.
And then that's like, a buy and burn mechanism built in. So it's interesting. Again, Jupiter and Meteora experimenting on this front.
Yeah.
Signals.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Here's another one, PokeLiquid. Most people don't realize what they're looking at. PokeLiquid is the first and only Pokemon Perpetual Futures Dex
it's getting crazy,
in the world.
Getting insane. So, yeah, people like perps for, speculating on NVIDIA.
Yeah.
They might like perps for speculating on, rare Charizards, I guess. You can get long and short this stuff now.
Yeah, it's definitely getting crazy. So they have their own token here.
Yeah.
Man, looks like it's number go up only.
Yeah, this one seems to be doing very well. I mean, hits a lot of cross sections, right? Perps, hugely in demand.
Yeah.
Pokemon, hugely in demand. So it's like
it's just a recipe of all the words.
That's right. Whether or not the technology works, I don't know. You gotta look into it further.
All right, we're almost done here. So we're looking at a tweet here by Sailor. It says Solana's May roundup is insanely bullish. RWAs 2.8 billion in value, new all-time high, 230,000 on-chain RWA holders. That's a lot of people.
It is.
97% share of tokenized equities spot volume, 200K tokenized stockholders.
Yeah.
And bullish tokenized its 151 million share cap table on Solana. So we got stable coins, DeFi perps, institutional ETFs.
Yeah, so this is more signaling an even broader macro trend, I guess. It's, again, tokenizing real world, instruments, I guess, and bringing them on chain. So things like, stocks.
AMC Entertainment.
Yeah. This is a now on chain, right? Remember I used to
That's pretty cool.
Used to have to go to Robinhood and trade stonks like a graybeard. to get access. And then think about it, you know, if all these things are now coming on chain, and we're about to experience like the biggest IPO bubble of all time.
Yeah, in a few days.
Yeah, it might be an interesting little catalyst for interest of on-chain stuff again, because you can only trade 24/7 on-chain.
Yeah, I found it pretty ridiculous first getting into the stock market where it's only trading from 8 a.m. to like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this?
It's 100% ridiculous. Yeah, that's why there's a migration happening behind the veil that's not so obvious right now.
Yeah, and it's being pushed by all the big beards too, so.
Yeah, because they understand, you know.
24/7 is more money.
That's, yeah, what are we doing? Are we stupid? Yes, we're all stupid. So things are going to change quickly. You know, it's a brutal crypto winter, but there's still some interesting, you know, tidbits about.
Yeah.
As usual, right?
Yeah. So are we going to vault this up and launch a coin, or what are we doing with this?
That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, we do have a platform.
We do.
That launches coins and distributes NFTs. So maybe there's something we could do here.
All right, you guys let us know. Should we vault this up and coin it, or we just keep it in this like plastic cage forever?
Interesting. So we literally send it to Collector Crypt? I think you got to grade it first.
Yeah, we have to grade it first. This is like a 3-month.
By the time we get the grade, it's like cycles over again.
Yeah.
You know, we might have missed the window.
All right, that's it for us. We talked about Pokemon, RWAs, and yeah, let us know if you guys are actually collecting these physical items or the digital version of it in the comment section below. I appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.